Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Rainforest Ryan, and I like to talk about animals and share them with you whenever I capture or run across a amazing animal on my property where I am. Today we have a little bit more common animal that we acquired the other day on our travels. We got a little rabbit, young rabbit. We got her from somebody that won her at Carnival that we went to, and could no longer travel with her, so she asked us if we wanted it. This is the first rabbit that I've ever cared for, besides a family members that I've cared for a very short period of time while they were on vacation. It was an adult rabbit. This one is a young one. Their rabbit, I found out through watching theirs, was litter box trained, and it just ran around their house, and just went to the bathroom in the litter box. They had a cage for it, which it slept in, and was its little safe house. But they just left the door open, and the rabbit could go in there and go to the bathroom, and it had a little bed in there, and it had its little a couple chew things, and they left a bowl for its little snacks for her.
She's very calm.
This rabbit is very calm. I've picked up, I haven't owned, but I've picked up several rabbits over the years, and they're very squirmish, and like they kind of acted like they didn't want to have human interaction, or didn't really enjoy what was happening. This bunny seems to really like human interaction and being held and pet, and she's very calm and a really nice rabbit.
What's her name?
Alice.
Yay.
Her name is Alice.
What are you guys feeding her?
We are feeding her. This is the rabbit food that you can buy from a lot of pet stores and everything. But this is not what they're supposed to be eating most of the time. This is just for like maybe 10-15% of their diet. It's kind of more of a snack. They're supposed to be eating 70 to 80% leafy greens, or like lettuce, spinach, beet tops, carrot tops, tops of lots of vegetables, collard greens, and hay, like livestock hay, for cows and horses.
What about fruit?
Dried grasses. She likes fruit as well. Once again, just only as a snack, maybe 10% of their diet.
Oh, because maybe the sugar?
Because of the sugar. Also, rabbits are not supposed to be eating carrots, as everybody believes, as much as you would think, as I thought, that rabbits are, just feed it carrots. That's not the case because of the sugar level in carrots. It is supposed to be a snack-only food for rabbits.
Okay, and can you tell us about her enclosure? What do you have for bedding in here?
This is our kind of experimental bedding. We had cedar shavings in here, and because that's what we had on hand, and we thought, well, how about that? We have a bag of cedar. Well, rabbits are not supposed to have cedar bedding because it can make them sick. And so we are using coco coir. This is we just ripped open a coconut and took the shell off, and this is what is inside. It's in between the coconut, the actual nut, and the outside husk. This is like coconut pith. Now you can buy it in a lot smaller, finer material in bulk, like in a dehydrated bag maybe, and that's going to be like all this stuff. As I rip it, you can see the dust falling. You can buy this in bulk, and that's probably going to work a little better and probably easier for you to get. Like, we literally opened coconuts to get this, which is not not the easiest thing, but the coconut coir is non-toxic to pretty much everything that I know of. It is non-toxic, and it is working very well, even in pieces this big. It's been a day, and the cage is pretty immaculate. There's not puddles of pee sitting around everywhere, and it's soaking up. It doesn't smell. It's doing a very good job like this. I want to eventually put more in here. The rabbit seems to enjoy it. She's not like over here a lot with like not on the coconut. She's on the coconut a lot. So it makes me think that she likes it.
And have you learned some new stuff?
Yes.
Because you said that
Hey,
you
Alice.
haven't taken care of a bunny before.
Hey, Alice.
What have you learned?
One of the most interesting things that I learned about rabbits is they eat their own poop. They
Gross.
have evolved to need to eat it twice, digest it twice in order to extract the vitamins and nutrients out of the food that they're eating. So kind of, I guess, similar to a cow. Cows do something very similar.
Why don't we do that?
It's a natural process, isn't it?
But cows don't actually eat their poop. They regurgitate their food and it stays in their mouth. These guys do the process 2 whole times. They goes through them all the way and then goes through them again. So it runs a 2-time cycle.
I wonder why they just don't throw it up like cows.
Also, another interesting thing I learned is rabbits cannot regurgitate or throw up, which is why it's very important that rabbits are eating the proper things that rabbits are supposed to be eating. Poor little girl can't throw up.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. And what else? Have you learned anything else that might be interesting to our viewers?
We
Funny facts?
didn't know if rabbits were nocturnal. I assumed that they were nocturnal because I always used to see them very early in the morning when I used to be going to work, and I assumed that they were on their way into going to sleep, which is partially correct. But I saw her. We've seen her sleeping during the day and during the night, so she's not diurnal or nocturnal. Which, by the way, rabbits. It's hard to tell if rabbits are sleeping because they sleep with their eyes open. Which is like horses, so that they can see if predators are coming or not.
Defense mechanism.
So these rabbits are what are called crepuscular animals, which are active mostly during the dawn and dusk. So they're active during the light coming in and light going out periods, mostly.
And what will she do when it's those times of day to let you know that that's her active time?
Well, she makes noise in whatever way she can early in the morning to let us know that it's time for her to get some fresh greens for the morning, or she just wants to be held and pet because she seems to really enjoy just hanging out with us, which is really adorable.
So did you tell us Alice's story that how we got Alice?
I did.
Okay, and did you show us Alice's harness?
We did not. Adorable.
So, can you in fact walk a bunny rabbit on a leash?
You know what? It's funny. We tried it before the video, and I was guessing that for whatever reason I thought that the bunny rabbit was going to handle it a little better than a cat on a leash, which is pretty much lay down and not move. Some cats take to leashes, right away. Very rare. But this rabbit does pretty much the same thing. We put the leash on her, and she doesn't lay down, but she kind of sprawls out on the ground and won't move. So, but we can try it because it still looks cute.
Can we move the enclosure and see her bounce around a little bit on video? And see her move?
There you go. That is if she does.
Well, she will, but as soon as I put this on her, as we will see, it's no more movement from
Well, can we see her move before you put it
Alice. Sure, we can try.
on? Just give her a second and let her bounce around, because I think people like to watch bunny rabbits bounce around.
Also, right now she might be a little. We're outside and it might be a little hot. Rabbits aren't used to being out in the middle of the day. It's actually not that hot right now, but rabbits can overheat easily because they're used to being in the wild. They're used to being in burrows, so rabbits can overheat easily. You have to be careful of keeping your rabbit in the sun. They can get really hot and, you know, have a heat stroke or heat exhaustion. She's probably enjoying this really nice cold concrete, and now that she's on it, she was in the plastic, and, you know, it's probably not too hot in there because it's on the concrete, but now that she's feeling this concrete, she's like, I'm not going to move. I'm cooling down. Also, rabbits have these veins running through their ears, and their ears help to ventilate them, to cool their blood, to cool them down. That's why the rabbits have these big ears with all these veins running through them.
She likes you petting her.
I think she does. She's a really nice bunny rabbit.
Do you plan to keep her?
No, unfortunately,
Yes, we
we
do.
cannot. Our dog, we're not sure if our dog wants to eat her. We have 3 cats. We know one of them wants to eat her, and it's just not a good place. I would want to keep her outside, but we have found a family with kids that are in the mindset of keeping animals outside and kind of free ranging them with supervision and cage. And we want some chickens, some bigger chickens that, you know, that our animals won't be able to eat. The chickens are pretty feisty around here. So we're going to do a little trade. We're going to trade Alice for a couple of their chickens that they have, I think.
Oh, so you're gonna find a good home for adoption for her.
Yes. Also, we can have an animal that's going to give us something back in return. Alice gives us love, and we love her for it. She's adorable. But we want to get some eggs. Start having stuff that we don't have to, you know, do so much input and not getting any output. We have enough of those.
Well, she doesn't seem to want to hop around.
She doesn't.
If you want to go ahead and put her harness on, just
Do you wanna do
because,
it?
you know, it's
Hang
cute
on.
to have.
Boop, boop, boop. There it goes.
There she goes.
Oh, there it
Cute
goes.
to
There
have
she
a little
goes.
harness for the bunny rabbit.
Now
I
she's
think.
alive. Now she's feeling. Oh, she smells the food.
Maybe she wants a little piece.
Yeah.
Here, Alice.
Nibble, 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 nibble.
Also, rabbits need something to chew on. They're like a hamster or you know, rodents. Their teeth are all constantly growing, and it's nice to give them something to chew on. I read that cardboard can be a good option. I'm not sure if I would do the cardboard, because a lot of the cardboard is made with glue or you know, packing tape, or just processed things. It just doesn't seem like it would be a good idea for a rabbit to have. I would say things more like
Bark.
bark. Yeah, bark of, you know, non-toxic trees, and once again, coconuts. You know, coconut shell. Even, you know, you got the husk in there already, which they can chew on, but even a coconut shell, I believe, is non-toxic, and it would be a good option to chew on. I don't know if they could choke on it or not, because, you know,
like to
rabbits
chew
can't
on?
regurgitate, and so I would do my research first before I found something like that. But these little pieces of corn and everything in here is very crunchy and hard, and I bet that definitely aids a little bit in her chewing down her teeth.
Aww. You getting a little snack, Alice? Well, can you go ahead and put her harness on her so we can see her harness?
Let's do it.
Who ever saw a bunny in a harness?
I never have until today. Yeah, we can do this while you're still eating. This is on its smallest setting, and it's still too big for her. But it's still cute.
I think maybe it's a Chihuahua harness.
I think so. Lots of those here in Mexico.
But I love the
Doot, 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 doot.
the bow for you.
And look at
Alice.
this.
The bow works really good for you.
And I like the leashes that clasp back here instead of at the neck. So like the animal, you know, you see a lot of dogs with the leash there. It's better to, I guess, to control where your dog's going, but it's, you know, you could choke them.
Yay.
This is not choking her at all. She's
No.
it's not constrict. It's not even on her
No.
at all. It's very loose.
Yeah.
But this is a good training for
Alice, you
her
look
to have this on while
beautiful.
she's eating, kind of as a distraction, and kind of forgetting about the harness. Maybe she'll get used to it eventually.
Isn't your harness lovely? And
It is
aren't you lovely? And thank you so much, guys, for showing us your bunny rabbit today. And thank you for adopting her and caring for her and making sure that you took the time to see what she needed and just really, you know, making sure that you do the best for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I like to hear from people of things that I might, you know, that I don't know, that like little custom things that people more experienced than I are doing for their animals, and comments of or questions of they have about the animals. You know, I enjoy that. I like to interact with people and learn new things myself. So.
Well, thank you so much. That sounds great. And we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.